welcome back to the show. Every now and then we like to get down into the pop culture, swim around a little bit, immerse ourselves, and really enjoy a good
and we're going to
chat
do
about
that right now with Vanessa Richmond, pop culture critic. How are you?
I'm well, thanks, except there's a lot of dirt out there.
There's a lot of dirt out there, and we're going to be on breakup watch.
We are on breakup watch, and we are on cheat watch right now. I got to tell you, like, stories about celebrities breaking up have always been in the news, but lately, some of the top stories in the tabloids are about to break up, and they are cheating.
I always wonder about the who's leading whom in this scenario. You know what I mean? Like it seems like there's so much pressure on these couples.
Wag the dog?
Yeah, very much a wag the dog scenario. Like there's a lot of pressure on people, right? And it must be hard if you're having doubts in your relationship, and then it's everywhere.
That's exactly it. I mean, I was at the gym the other day and just working out, you know, staring out the window as I do at a tree or something, and on comes the volume on the TV, and it's like Jada Pinkett Smith and Will breaking up. She's cheating, caught without her ring. And we've actually got a little clip about that.
Has become breaking news.
Breaking news.
When did this kind of thing become breaking news?
Breaking news.
Oh,
she's caught. There are no sources, there's no photo, but she has been caught, and because she's not wearing her ring, it's obvious she's cheating. She was cheating on Monday.
So cropped, there's no way you could even possibly see her hand.
No, it's probably from like 1985, like who knows? But you're right, and I think there's this new kind of level of surveillance and snarking and watching, and I mean, relationships are already hard enough for everybody, and if you feel like millions of people are watching, you know, you're cheating, you're failing. I mean, if someone stood next to me and they're like, oh my God, you're gonna drop that pen, you're gonna drop that pen, I'd be like, oh,
it's Schadenfreude, though. People love to see people fail. But the problem is, and I think it's a double-edged sword, because Jada and Will have been very outspoken about how amazing their relationship is. They just did a full spread of here's our beautiful home with our beautiful children, and we're perfect. The same thing with Ashton Kutcher and Demi Moore. All they do is post pictures of themselves in their home, twittering each other. So when you're that open about your relationships, I think that you've got to expect that people are going to be talking about it, right?
You've got to expect that people are going to be talking about it, but I still think there's this new level of kind of snark and watching and investigation, as if it's other people's job to be watching to make sure.
Like, what are you going to do wrong?
What are you doing?
Know thy neighbor.
Yeah, what's going on? As if, instead of just being like, okay, you guys have a relationship, work it out. Talk amongst yourself.
Whatever you want to do.
Ashton and Demi have been making the news a lot in the past few days.
Okay, they've been making news a lot, and my favorite part is a quote that I think we've got a close-up. It's as if he's robbed a bank. Star Magazine is alleging, once again, that Ashton Kutcher robbed a bank, this time claiming it was with a 21-year-old brunette. Like, it's all claiming, it's all this very legalistic language with no sources, no confirmation.
That's because every week all these magazines are retracting their stories and correcting themselves because they don't have sources, and then the celebrity threatens to sue.
Right. And yet these stories always make it into the top 5.
So is this reflecting something in society and humanity, or are they just trying to sell as many and hoping that it sticks with sort of a lowest common denominator?
I think it's a kind of just a new current in culture about this thing about cheating. I mean, in the past, I think we probably had the idea that people may have been cheating in their relationships, but lately we want dirt, we want to know, we want to investigate. I was driving by a billboard the other day off Maiden Terminal, and it had this picture of a giant magnifying glass, and it just said, "Is your spouse cheating on you?"
Oh, they have one at in Kitsilano on Burrard and 4th, and I saw it, and I was like, whoa.
Whoa, it's so like...
I never think of that happening in Vancouver for some reason. I'm like, why would anyone hire a private investigator?
I guess people do.
Oh, well, they must, right?
It's so Matlock. Like, it's so like old school, low budget ad. Like,
telephoto lenses.
We're going to totally catch them. And if you go to the site, some of the sites are like, cheating statistics are up. We'll make sure you're not a victim.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I just kind of feel like this whole approach is dangerous.
If you live that way, it's going to be very challenging for you to have a in your life. That's going to be really hard.
Okay, let's move on
to talk about Gwyneth.
To Gwyneth Paltrow. Now, she's got a lot of haters. This one.
So many haters.
She really does.
Hi. I read her newsletter every week. Okay,
I'm in a club.
Okay, we can get to that. But here she is at the Emmys, and she's there just looking all Princess Gwyneth. But she made a statement a few weeks ago after the Venice Film Festival, who basically said she's got a lot of good friends who've cheated, and she's non-judgmental and awesome and groovy, thanks to all of her people who helped her.
She understands.
She totally gets it.
She understands human beings. We're frail and fallible
We're all
creatures.
just, people. But she says that if everybody who was caught cheating got a virus and died, there would only be 3 dudes left in the world right now. That's what she's saying.
That's pretty tough on the dudes, because I think statistically it's 50-50 men and women cheating, so that's not fair.
This is the point I would like to get at. I think that they're like, she's totally actually reinforcing this double standard that guys who cheat are dogs, those dudes, you know, but
they
women,
can't resist it,
they're just
they're
naughty
silly and weak. And
thank goodness they don't get a virus, because then there wouldn't be anything. She'd just been in a movie where she was actually a wife who'd gone to Hong Kong, and she got a virus cheating and killed everybody in the world. But it's a big double standard, and I mean, I think we still see guys who cheat. You know, they're bad, but they get away with it. But women who cheat, by and large, still get branded with the scarlet letter.
House wrecker.
Men tend to do it for the physical, and women tend to do it for the emotional. So it tends to be.
But it's a real difference in language.
Though.
Like
difference
it is.
In language.
Cheater versus home wrecker.
Home wrecker, scarlet letter. Like Naomi Wolf wrote a brilliant essay a few years ago when Angelina Jolie was voted the world's most powerful woman, and she said one of the reasons it's so fascinating is that there's never been a woman before who's been a home wrecker who's managed to come out from under that.
And then Jennifer Aniston is the pathetic weak one that everybody frowns upon, but Angelina is worshipped. When you look at that scenario, there's a huge double standard as well.
Huge double standard.
Because who lost out? I don't know.
Can we talk a little bit about Gwyneth and
first of all, you are like me. You subscribe to the newsletter probably to pick it apart, have fun, and go, oh my God, is she serious?
I feel like I'm like a reader of Playboy, like I read it for the articles. I read Goop for the recipes.
She has a really good taco recipe, though.
Really good.
Totally, right?
She gets
but the
great
rest
guests.
of it,
you don't hate her. I'm trying to. You don't hate her.
Darn it.
If there ever is a revolution from bottom to top, she's going to be the first one that is probably beheaded in the public square.
I mean, she's trying to be the next Oprah, who's everybody's best friend, and Gwyneth is everybody's best frenemy. Like, everybody hates her. She's not the people's princess. I know.
Well, this is because when she writes Goop, I mean, the price tag, have you ever seen when they add up what the suggested lists are? Someone does an article right after she puts out the new Goop, and they add everything up. It's hundreds of thousands of dollars every article.
So she wrote this article, this newsletter last week that got everybody's blood boiling. It was like, hey, guess what? My dad was nominated for an Emmy like 9 times, but I won one. Here's just my typical day. She's like, wake up in Paris after a friend's birthday party, take the Eurostar home, play with my kids, go to the airport, stay in LA in this great hotel. The service is amazing, you guys.
I have a
it's
word
only $10,000 a night.
Get her!
No, it's what people do. 2011 is the year of the humble brag, right?
Yes.
Of the what?
The humble brag. Like, oh my God, I just had to get off the Eurostar. Sigh.
It's so exhausting.
I'm so jet lagged.
I'm so tired.
Another holiday?
Another trip to Paris?
Oh, it's so tiring, you guys, trying to be a working mom and fit in work.
All right, and our last topic, and this is a good one, is I think it probably culminated and has been continued by the royal wedding that we all witnessed.
You're talking about the Kardashians, right?
Yes, the royal wedding. Wedding insanity. Obsession.
Okay, well, I think it's actually just kind of related to this cheating that there's this new network, TV network, that's going to launch. Mark Burnett is part of it, you know, the Survivor king, and it's called U2. It's a combination of like social media and a TV network. So people basically send in little videos of themselves from their iPhones. There are 250 different shows.
Isn't that called YouTube?
It's on TV.
Without a B. Without the boo.
Okay, but here's the beautiful thing.
I get it. I read it. You too.
No, I know. Without the boo.
You poo. But, sorry, I said that on TV. But the really interesting thing is the only show they're announcing that's going to launch the network is Say Yes and Marry Me. So it's going to be people proposing marriage. That's what we want to watch on a network, to see if somebody says yes or like no on live TV.
Michael Eckford, will you marry me?
I kind of hope this doesn't work. I worry that it might. And
you
it's
never
not from a professional aspect that I worry about this. I
worry for humans.
I just worry for us all.
Vanessa, always a pleasure.
Thanks
you
so
can
much
go
for
to
having
Vanessa's
me.
website to find out more information about everything she's been chatting about. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return,